Hi, so welcome back. This is the next update in my journey with major salivary gland transplant for dry eyes. Now, it has been a while, so I think the last update I did was I'd only been back from Germany a week or so, maybe 10 days, back in March. It's now July 5th, so it has been a while. So the reason I didn't do an update is, well, there really wasn't much to say. So the plan was, I think I updated with the update I did last time, the plan was for my ophthalmologist, UK based ophthalmologist, to open the punctums in my left eye. However, when I went back to see him a month after the last update, we felt there still wasn't a big enough tear reservoir or Mencker's tear height to justify that. So the decision was made not to do that. So at the present moment in time, my punctums remain sealed. Now I say that with some hesitancy because, as it turned out, when he took a closer look at the punctum in my left eye, despite the fact they have had a surface cauterization, the lower one was a third open, so it is actually slightly open, the puncture in the lower puncture. It might have been the same in the top, I can't quite remember. Now, we've put that down to the surgery in Germany with all the manipulation and stuff like that, because my ophthalmologist only does a surface cauterization, because he always wants to be able to reverse it, not a deep cauterization, because if you do a deep cauterization, it completely destroys the drainage channel and you cannot reverse that. The advantage of that, of course, is it can never come undone. The other one is just a light surface cauterization to just close the hole. Now, that can be reversed, but the disadvantage of that is it can open, and in this case it does seem to have opened itself slightly. So as of now, they, apart from that slight opening, they remain the way they were when I last did the update. So obviously the big thing that most people are interested in is the moisture, which are the how my eye feels now, and the levels of moisture and stuff, dry eyes and stuff. But before I touch on that, let's just touch on the sort of the healing. So the light's not fantastic, I do apologise, but this wound here where the salivary gland came from is now flat. There's no ridge or anything on there, it's not swollen. There is still obviously a bit of a scar there. I don't know how much that will fade over the coming months and years. I suspect it will. In terms of swelling, there's no swelling. There is a bit of an odd feeling here where the gland has taken. It just feels like this is like squidgy on this side and this is like hard because there's no gland there anymore. It's a bit odd, but not a problem. The healing here is more or less complete. There is obviously going to be a scar, and because I am losing my hair. For most people who haven't got receding hairlines like me, you'll just grow your hair and that will be covered. But because I maintain my hair because of receding hairline, I think that will always be visible. There's a bit of a ridge here. Now, whether that will correct itself, I don't know. Whether the hair follicles can grow through that, I don't know. We'll see over maybe this could take a few years maybe to fade and go away because scarring can do that. So moving on to the moisture thing. Okay, so what are we? It's early March, end of February, early March had the operation. March, April, May, June, July. So we're into month 4 now, post-operative. It's odd, I think is the best way. Inconsistent and odd, I think, is the best way to describe the way the moisture with the gland is working now. So for several months, unless you stimulated it with pyrrolocarbine or Salogen is the brand name for pyrrolocarbine here in the UK, it wasn't doing anything at all. around the end of May, beginning of June, what I found was, and this is consistent with other people who've had this procedure, what I found was that I would then start to get plenty of moisture production, overflowing tears in fact, during exercise. So I try to do running, not as much as I used to when I was younger, but when I'm running, so I've been for a run at lunchtime today and it was pouring. So exercise stimulates it. Heat does stimulate it as well. So we had a very particularly unusually warm June here in the UK, and that helps produce moisture. Physical activity, exercise I've already mentioned. And there is too much moisture sometimes, and this is why you start to look at trying to get the punctum opened up. At night when I'm asleep, again, that seems to, when I'm woken up, my eyes really quite wet, which is nice. I mean, you can wipe your eye and there's moisture on your feet, but after you've had several years of waking up with sticky, dry, sore eyes, it's actually quite pleasant. You know what I mean? I'm walking, even though I've mentioned exercise, I just thought walking, for more than 20 minutes, even a gentle walk for more than 20 minutes, you can start to feel the moisture coming. It's not so consistent though. So if you're sat with doing at the PC or the laptop or watching TV or and you're not moving about, then the basal level of production drops off, and it's not to a point now where it's overflowing. So like now, I've been working all morning and I had my run and it was pouring out during my run. I've showered, I've had a couple of hours, 2.5 hours since I've been back from my shower and my run, working again, and it's all dry. You know what I mean? So the production level does vary massively, and the stimulus there is a big factor. So you can exercise the gland by exercising, I guess. However, despite the fact that my eye does feel very comfortable most of the time now, I'm still because I still have MGD, and I have evaporative dry still. But now, if I carry on doing my compress and stuff like that, and I've got a probing session booked in for the end of the month, which is melobromine gland probing, this eye is really quite comfortable now. It has its moments when it's not, and I still have to use drops and stuff, but it is, relatively comfortable now. I think that's probably it for now. So what's the plan going forward? Well, I do have an appointment for the when is it? The 19th of July, 19th of this month, to see my ophthalmologist with the view again of potentially opening the punctum up. I'm on the fence about that appointment at the moment. We'll see. Sometimes I think, oh yeah, it's ready to be opened up, and then this afternoon I go, maybe not. I think I need to see a bit more consistency with the resting state of the gland. We'll see. So the next plan will be, I'll do another update when it seems. I'm not going to set myself a time frame again. I've done that a couple of times now and completely failed. So we'll see. But there will be another update, because I'll let you know how things are going. But the anticipation is the gland takes about 6 months to get to maximum moisture production, and in some cases I've read even a year. So it's still early days. So we will see. Right, guys. Thank you again for joining me on this journey, and hopefully I'll see you soon with another update. All right then. Bye bye.